Hello everybody, it's Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen. Welcome back to my channel. This is another basics video for crochet, and I did the granny square I don't know, last month, and I said I would show how to change colors. And there are several ways that you can change the color of whatever, not necessarily anything that you're working with that you need to change colors. So I'm just pulling this tail tight. So I have finished the first granny, and I am going to slip stitch to join and chain one, and I'm going to fasten off. So this is one way to change colors, is to just fasten off and start with your new color. That in mind, making sure I have my 4. Now to join the color, you can either make a slip stitch, and I like to go into the space where I fastened off, the space behind the fasten off, and you slip stitch to join, and you put it in there, put your loop on your hook, you can tighten it a little, and you pull it through. Do your chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochets into that same space. And if you don't know how to do a double crochet, not a double crochet, a granny square, I have done a video on how to do the granny square, and you can go back to, I'll link that to this video just in case. So I did a chain 1, and now I'm going over to the next chain 1 space, and I'm going to make a corner, and I will come back when I finish this one side. So I've finished the corners. Now I'm going to finish this last corner. I'm going to chain 1 and then go into that space, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and on the 3rd double crochet you do half of it, put that yarn behind, grab your new yarn, pull it through, chain 1, and slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And what I like to do is catch those yarns in the back. That is a second way to change colors. And then we'll do again chain 3 and do 2 double crochets into that chain 1 space, chain 1, and then go into your next space, and then just follow around, making your granny square. Now I'm adding a chain 1. Sometimes I do the chain 1, sometimes I don't do the chain 1. And I cannot remember if I actually did the chain 1 in between, but I think I did on the granny square tutorial. But just keep in mind you can or cannot. It's up to you. Make it your own. That's my philosophy in crochet. Because you really, these are old since the beginning of time. I don't know. I actually have a book about the history of crochet, but with my busy life, I really haven't had time to read it. But I plan to do that. Another thing I plan to do, God willing, in retirement. I have lots of books that I've collected that I want to read when I have some time to just not worry about trying to crochet something or to run around and have to sit at a desk for 8 hours. I can just sit back and relax and read some. Reading was definitely one of my favorite things to do before I really, really got into crocheting more. So reading has been set aside for now. I am actually running out of my pink yarn. That's okay. I bought some other colors that I plan to use to show how to change the colors. All right, so what I am going to do this is only a practice one. I'll just pick up my yellow. I never cut the yellow. This is just instruction. This is just a tutorial. So again, I'm just gonna grab the yarn, if I can get it, pull it through, pull that down, chain one, and we're gonna continue on with the yellow. And now we are at the last corner. We're going to do 3 double crochets. And now I'll show you another way you can change colors. I use this blue, put it over here. So another way to change colors, go under those two, the top of your double crochet, bring on your new yarn, pull that through, then your old yarn, pull that out. Then again, we're going to chain one and pull that yarn down and slip stitch at the top of your chain 3. Again, I go over those, slip stitch to join, chain 3, and again do your 2 double crochets into that space. and chain 1 and continue to make your granny square. And those are the 3 ways that I usually change my yarn color. And sometimes I do not do the slip knot. Like in that case, I did not do a slip knot at all. I have an aversion to the knots. I like it to be smooth as possible without having to feel the knot. And that is why when I change colors on the granny square, I usually start my next color in the area where I fastened off. If I'm fastening off, that way I can kind of cover that knot up. So I'm going to go off and finish this and come back. So I am back where half of the corner is done. So we're going to finish this corner, and I will show you again how I did the color change on the last one, where we make the double crochet, go under the 2 loops, and I'll just use this again, and bring your new yarn through the 2 loops, and then pull your old yarn through. You can chain 1 and then slip stitch to join. Chain 3 and continue making your granny square or your double crochets or whatever. Uh-oh, I think I got it caught in the wrong one. Again, this is just for practice. Let me pull this out so I can have the right tail. So I hope that this helps you with color changes. If you fasten off, either way, when you do a lot of color changes, you're going to have a lot of tails, a lot of ends, tails, whichever one you want to call it, which will require you to weave them in. Some people weave as they go from change to change, and some people wait till they finish and then start weaving in the ends. I prefer to weave them in as I go, because otherwise when you get like if you're doing a lot of granny squares and you leave the weaving to the end, unless you're someone that just likes to do mindless stuff while you're like watching television or something, but I don't like that. A lot of ends will drive me crazy, and it'll delay me on finishing. So I must do that so that I can at least finish what I'm doing. So that is it. So let me know which technique you'll be using, or what technique do you use, and if this was helpful at all for you on learning how to change the colors with your yarn. The next time around, I'll show you how I weave in ends. I just have to do a project. I'm only working on amigurumis right now. So until my next video or my next live, everybody stay safe, keep crocheting. Bye-bye.